shoulder width, hands up like this. This is your hoop position. If you turn it like this, this is how we do a lot of the off-site programs. We do it like this here at the academy, and we alternate the hands. So starting off, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side, 1, 2, 3. Look to the fingertips, bending this direction, 2, 3. The hand goes up, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, next, the hands are down, arms are parallel, go about shoulder height, reach down, stretch. 1, 2, 3. Go to your right, I'm in my left, go to your left, I'm on my right side, so that's the mirror image. It's the opposite sides. Inhale, exhale. Okay, again, hands up, reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right, to your left, center, inhale, exhale. Again, hands up, reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right, 2, 3. To your left, 2, 3. Center, inhale, exhale. Okay, next, hands on your waist. Okay, we're going to make circles, feet flat on the floor, relax the ankles. Okay. So when you're making these circles, not too physical, gently just create the horizontal hoop position. So that's just going around. What we're actually doing is making circles, sort of using the hips. So you have to relax the hips. And then we're going to reverse directions. Other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and stop. Center, cross, okay. So you go in the direction of the outside hand. So my circle is going in that direction. 2, okay. 5, 6, 7. You're holding your kneecaps. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Reverse. Switch the hands. It goes to the outside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Hands on your waist. Okay, neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Back and forth, forward, back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Center, tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Center, rotating down. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Center, hands up, fold the elbows out, up on your toes, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now we're going to spread the feet. Okay, so you notice we're pivoting on the ball of the foot, the heel and the ball. So some of you, when you first see this, you might want to go like this, but we actually want to develop the pivotal motion from the feet and then turn the shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Next, we're going to turn. I'm facing my right, so you're facing this direction also. You can cross your fingers if you want and place them on your thigh and then do a bit of a stretch. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Switch. So when you're in this position, if you have trouble going deep, then stay up higher. But the important thing is keep your torso upright. Don't lean over like that. Switch. Switch again. Let's straighten the front knee. Stretch out the back of the leg. Switch. Switch. Okay, we're going to go to the center, reach down, go to your right and left, center. All right, that's good. Shake it out. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so I'm going to turn around. We're going to do a little footwork. So we're facing the mirror in this direction. So you just follow me from behind, and we pivot the feet. Square it up. That's your shoulder width stance, your 90-degree stance, okay? So you have 45 degrees on each side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first thing you have to do is actually bring your weight to one side as you move the opposite foot. Okay, then you switch and go back. 1. So you build a rhythm, and eventually it'll become second nature to shift your weight before you adjust that foot. So this is the unweighted foot that you're pivoting. Unweighting means the side that doesn't carry as much weight. All right, let's go back to center square. Now we're going to kick the heel out and sit in this direction. Go forward and back. Square it up. Turn. So we have 1 on each side. So it's essentially a 180-degree turn starting from center position. Now when we go in this direction, we're going to bring the hands up to vertical. We're going to do grasp the sparrow's tail. This is your left side forward, so it's your left side push. Sit back, hook your wrists, turn. Now on the right side, switch the hands, horizontal, palms down, inside hand up, and push. So your right palm is pushing. Right foot, right hand. Hook your wrists and we can go back and square up. So you should look like this. Okay, we turn, then we switch hands again. Left side, grasp the sparrow's tail. It's made up of 4 movements. We're back to center, turn to the right side. Then we go forward. There's your horizontal elbow. Palms down. Right side push. Hook your wrist and we turn back to center. Okay. Okay, shake that out. So what I'm doing is right and left grasp the sparrow's tail. It happens in the form. It's a couple of postures that I think are pretty important. So then we move on to another set of postures. It's the brush knee movement. So we face this way, we just turn. We set up our hands. Let's go to the horizontal right side. So horizontal is this, so we're going to turn to the right. Inside hand goes down as you flip the hands, brush knee and push. Okay, so we're building transitions with the identifying the posture. So right here, we turn, now we're going to the left. So I turn to the left, horizontal elbow, inside hand goes down, and you push. So the push is off the back leg, opposite of what grasp the sparrow's tail would be. So we go to vertical and horizontal. Now we have the elbow set up. We're going to turn and then adjust the hand on the inside, push down and press. So this is brush knee and push, left and right side. Now we're going to go to the other side. So just follow the sequence of events, it's patterns. And I'm going to do it one more time. So it's vertical to horizontal, 180-degree turn, brush knee and push. And then we go back to center. Okay, next. Now we're going to go to the corner where to first put our hands like this. 1, 2, 3. That's vertical, horizontal, sit back, okay, vertical, turn. This hand goes up, Jade Lady Work Shuttle. This is what this looks like. Now we sit back, now we're going to cross over, move the legs first, and then move the hands to vertical, press forward, vertical, turn towards your center, lift the upper hand, which is your forward arm, that's on the same side as the forward leg. Okay, so this is Jade Lady Work Shuttle. Now we're going to cross over, drop the hand, replace the hand, Jade Lady Work Shuttle. Okay, let's cross over again. Jade Lady Work Shuttle. Okay, let's hook the wrists. If we were to step up and move, this is going into single whip, and that's what would happen. That would be the next posture after the Jade Lady Work Shuttle movements. All right, shake it out. Okay, we're going to do deep breathing toward the mirror. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, next, facing the camera again. So this is mirror image again, shoulder width, and you're doing a shoulder roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, and stop. Okay, press, release, palms parallel, hanging down, swinging along the side of your body. Exhale, inhale, tongue touching the roof of your mouth. Breathe through your nose. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. A few more. And stop. Okay, hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, next we're going to make circles in front of the body. It's called a wrist exercise, but it's really the whole upper pairs of extremities. So your elbow, your shoulder, and your wrists are actually involved in creating the circle. And then you tie it to your legs or your knees. Build the relationship in the upper body and the lower body. And reverse. And center. Okay, now it's going to a bigger circle, moving over your head from the palm down position. 2 and 3, it goes all the way up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, relax the shoulders. Don't force the movement. 2, 3. As gentle as possible. Let the tension release from the shoulders and your shoulder girdle. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So when you're up here, all of this should be released. Let this bone here, the clavicle, sort of release and free up. If you tense here, your hand will only go up to there. So you have to release the shoulder and let it go up. 1, 2, 3. Get increased range of motion. 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, shake that out. So if you haven't noticed by now, if you're just following, try not to be too physical with the hand movements. Don't reach out and isolate. Relax your elbows, relax the shoulders. Let the movement be recreated by, I call it the manipulation of your skeletal structure. So any movement that you create, actually, you have to release the tension. That's actually what we mean by relax, okay? Now from here, we're going to bring our feet together. Maybe this would help, or you can just let it hang, and we're going to try to balance on one leg. And we switch. Okay, find your position. So how do you find that position if you're doing this wobbling? Try to bring your foot into your center, come straight out, relax the upper body. Relax the upper body. If you feel your body's doing this, just kind of let it go. Let the tension go. Find that position. The leg can be actually fairly straight. Don't bend down, otherwise you'll be kind of tense there. So stand up and then let it go. Okay, next we're going to bring our hands up and down like this, but one on each side. Right? So this goes up. We shift the weight over and lift the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we get a little bit of a lift even. We go down, bend, and lift. Bend and lift. Okay, shake it out. That's actually building some strength with the lifting of the leg. Okay, now we're going to do this. Swing the arms. Just like you're walking, I'm going to turn around and do this one. Okay, so we're going to do this. Now follow my right leg and back. So opposite sides, you see left hand, right foot, let it go, and then try to develop the rhythm and the swing. If you can't, hold on to a chair, if you have to pause between the actions, just do that, just to regain your composure so that you have a little bit more control of your movement. It's not using a lot of force, just let your legs swing and use sort of gravity to balance the motion. Okay, switch the other side, get the hands going first. You notice my hands are not going over there. That's going to throw you more. Just go straight, actually turn a little bit and find your center line and then get that foot going. So it's left and right, left foot and right, go. Relax your hip. And center. Okay, next, feet like this, hands out to the side, kick this foot out. You're going to come in like that. But now, when you come in with the swing, you're going to let it pass your front leg, or the supporting leg. So it goes in the front of the leg. And center. Okay, switch. Goes in and out, in and out. And center. Okay, shake it out. Shake out the wrists. Okay, deep breathing again, hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to do this silk rolling exercise. So we step out. So you're going in this direction as well. So if the legs are going to do this, and we start here, and we go forward. Okay, so there's one position. Here's another position. So the back side, go hold the ball. You pass through that. The forward side, we separate the hands, and then we come back to here. So we start off with the arms down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Here's a reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reset. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the sequence. Shoulder, hip, forward lean, bottom hand. Back to reset, so you're like this, parallel. 1, 2, okay, we're here, and then back. 1, 2, forward, 3 and 4, and 5. Then work through and build that sequence as smoothly as possible. Try not to let the movement break. That's sort of your goal, to get it as smooth, cycling with the hands, the legs, the torso, everything is driving and moving. And center. Now we're going to face the other direction. There's this position and this position. Then we're in this position down. That's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's the sequence. Let's go forward, back and turn. Remember, your hands, your legs, your torso is all moving in a synchronized fashion. So get everything working. Does take a little practice, but time, is of the essence. So you have to practice it, and eventually your body will pick up on it, because it kind of calculates and figures out, what has to happen at what part of the motion. So you're in a forward position, we're back, and then we turn toward the camera, and then that's silk reeling. Okay, next, we're going to cross the forearms. Okay, I'm going to adjust one foot. So now I have my right foot, your left foot is forward, and we're going to separate this. This is called opening and close. Opening and closing. You can expand and contract. There's some up and down movement as you lift from the leg. So all of these different components of your body, the arms, the legs, and a little bit of twisting to the side. So I try to do it as slowly as I can, so you can sort of track and pick up the movement. And we cross the forearm. The hand on the outside is the side with the front leg. The front leg should be light. Okay, switch again. Now we're on this side. This foot is light. This side is in front, and we expand. And down. If you can integrate your legs and hands, do so. If you have a little trouble, just work your hands. If you build that hand movement, then try to work the legs. Ultimately, you tie it all together. Cross, open. Crossing would be closing. Lifting, expand would be opening. Okay, center. Next, let's go to shoulder width stance. Arms parallel, preparation. Sink the elbow, relax the knees. Just cycling through, so we have some up and down movement here where we're kind of lifting and pressing. Integrate the body, build that coordination. Movements should be as fluid as possible. If you track your hands with your eyes, visualizing that there's a circle along the side of your body. And center. Okay, we're down here. Now we're going to go to a lower hoop position. That's about waist level, a little bit lower. rounding out the elbows, rounding out the shoulders, shoulders cup forward slightly. Breathe through your nose, clear your thoughts. Shoulder height. Elbows down. Okay, this is elbow down position. So actually most of these, or all of these positions are part of the geometry of the arm and leg position. So this is the hoop again. Now we're going to the parallel straight arm position, and straight meaning that it's not locked, it's just extended. Lift the back, relax the nape of the neck, chin down a little bit to do that. Elongate and extend the spine as if you're being pulled up from the top. Now you extend the fingers. Okay, next, bring the hands up, pull in, inhale, exhale. Inhale, up at your toes. Exhale, release, touch down, the heel lands as your fingers and palms go along the side. Inhale, so the hands and legs all go down. Okay, shake that out. Okay, next we're going to do the diagonal flying, which is similar to part the horse's mane or silk reeling. So this is diagonal flying. We just do a few of these. So this is beginning of postures. We did some of them with the footwork, but this is diagonal flying. Okay, so it's slanting up. It is going on the diagonal, and the hands separate like this. Switch. So if you've been tuning in, as you start to identify with some of the movements, you can see that this is the diagonal flying that we've been talking about. And you probably start to recognize these. So visual recognition is, one way that it really helps you learn the movements. So you track and see the final positions, and it's really a back position to a forward position. Okay, we'll do one more. Here's your shoulder and hip position. Split the hands or separate the hands. Okay, next, feet parallel again. back to this position, and we're going to do these circles. They're offset. So that's just like these two, but one goes up first, and then it switches to the other side, and then we turn to the corners. So these are the cloud hand movements. Wave hand like clouds or cloud hands. Turn. Turn. So corner to corner. In the form we actually have footwork, leg work with the arms. So that builds that integration, and it generally moves toward the left. So when we go right and left, or left and right, when we go, a combination of the two creates one set of movements or one pair of movements, and then we combine them again. So we do two pairs or two sets of this movement in the form. Okay, next we do the lower hoop to upper hoop, palms out, carry tiger to the mountain. Lift up, carry tiger to the mountain. Okay, next, halfway up, we're going to go to the side and in. This is the infinity sign, also known as divert and block. Moving out and moving in. It's a figure eight on its side. Expand and contract. So all these concepts and ideas is really balance and movement. We move one way, we move the other way. Okay, next, form the fist and punch. Form the fist and punch. So the palm is facing up, the fingertips roll toward you, roll the wrist, the elbow and the shoulder, draw back and punch. So that's all the different manipulations to create the holding the fist or forming the fist movement. And center. Okay, now palms together, form the triangle directly in the center, in front of the nose, or in line with the nose. Now we're going to drop the elbows. Okay? Separate the hands, right side, my right, your left. Strum the lute, so just bring the hand to the outside and back in. Okay? This is vertical elbow, triangle position, okay? Elbow down position, also neutral position, and as a posture would be strum the lute. So get familiar with the terms. Elbow down, triangle, neutral, strum the lute as a posture, and elbow down. So elbow down to right side, my right, your left, the thumbs up position. Thumbs up will be horizontal elbow. Now this is not the horizontal elbow if you just do that. That's a thumbs up, but you have to relax the shoulder, like get your elbow up higher. Palms together, middle finger on the thumb, flip the hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and center, drop again, switch, back to center, vertical, opposite side, thumbs up, okay, elbows out, middle finger on the thumb, flip the hands, we'll do it a few times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drops the elbow. If we lift again, it would go up. Let's drop the elbow, let the other hand slide down. Switch the hands, elbow up, thumbs up, flip the elbow. So when we transition like this, we just go from one side to the other with a flip and a slide down. That's beginning style. Okay, so the more familiar you are with some of these manipulations and sort of sequences that happen, they're actually transitions. All right. Okay, next, deep breathing again. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, let's pull the hands together. Okay, we brought it over the head. It would look like this. Bring it all the way down to shoulder level. Now let's turn to the side and draw the bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, next, spread the feet, cross the hands, so you can have either my right or my left on top, so you're on the opposite. So my left, your right. We're going to lift up and turn to the side that's on the top side. Okay, so I'm on top, turn to the side that's on top. Top side, turn. Top side, turn. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's do 2 more. 1. It's called fan through the back. Fan through the back is final position is this. Okay, so it's forehead, palm. Let's do 1 more on this side. Turn. Forehead and palm. Okay, shake it out. Parallel stance. Lift and raise the hand. So this is your final position. Drop your hand or sink the elbow and lift the hand. Go straight up. Get a good stretch. Align the hands as if they're connected at the 2 ends. Okay, palms down. Pull the hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, shake it out. So we're going to go through postures in the linear side of the form. So we're going to start off right in the beginning, just so that people that have been following get a review on this. Then we're going to pick it up from the brush knee. So we start off with our feet parallel. Preparation. Remembering that we start off with the left foot forward. The hands go up, and we go forward, sit back and turn out, step through. Here's the transition to get to the other side. It's beginning style, left and right side combined. Okay, now this is grasp the sparrow's tail. Right side, right push, hook your wrists, open the stance, single whip. Hold the ball. Shift, diagonal flying, shift, step up, press forward, and raise the hand. Bend from the waist, stork flaps wings. That's the first section of the form. Let's toe out. You would be turning in the form, but now you're going to drop your elbow neutral, left side. Right side horizontal, brush knee 4 times. Second brush knee, same side. Third brush knee, left side. Turn out, step through, turn, flip, brush knee. One more time, we go back to the right side, toe out, step up, brush knee, and push. And we go back to neutral. Okay, so that's the 4 brush knees in the direction, and actually it's heading in that direction, if you were mapping out the form. After brush knee, we have a neutral position, left side. We turn to the right, and we move the right back palm up to left center, and then we lean forward. Okay, so see what happens? 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to step up to a parallel stance, palm out. Form the fist. Okay, step up and we punch. So look at the position before we do the divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms, bring the left to the outside, sit back, open up the hands, turn the palms over and push. Leopard and tiger springs the mountain is this position. Then we go back to neutral. Let's turn again 45 degrees. Lower the hand to fist under elbow. Okay, now neutral position. Horizontal left, press forward, step backwards. Turn to your left. So as a clue, when we go forward, you notice the elbow is in this direction. Turn in that direction and straighten the back foot. So if you're wondering which direction you would turn, just look to the elbow that's horizontal. That'll take you to the side that toward the rotation. Now here, this is going to the left side. Now we'll go back to neutral. Here's your vertical right side. Elbow goes up. Hold the ball. So this elbow actually twists out. So you have 2 hands like this. Now you turn out, step up, cross the wrist, turn to the side, and then we're going to split the hands or separate diagonal flying. Then we sit back, bring the toe in, the lower hand goes up, and then it drops back in as insert the needle. Step forward, adjust the front foot, open up the back foot, fan to the back. Okay, so fan to the back is that hand that was on top, out to the side. This is by the forehead, fan to the back. Okay, so that takes us to fan to the back to parry and punch. So let's spread the feet and hold the hands like this. So now you see the mirror image. So this is actually going front to back. Okay, so we're just going to go through that. 1, 2 to make a 180-degree turn. Stroke down, invert the hand, parry and punch. Step up, form the fist, and you punch. Infinity sign. And you punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain, and that completes the whole front section of the form and the section that's mainly on the right side. So we had finished fan to the back, facing the mirror like this. Now we have to go this way, 180. So I'm going to go toward the back camera. Now this is mirror image. Actually, to you it's mirror image, but you'd be on the wrong side if you do this. So I have to actually do the mirror image facing this way. So I would have to turn, okay, stroke down. Because I'm using my left, you're using your right. And then I have to step up and form the fist. So that's what happens. That's why it's confusing when we're doing the form, that once I face you and I have to do the mirror image with the form, you'd have to actually follow it from the back side in the mirror. So I think it would be easier to track it this way. And you follow, so you using your right arm to do the parry and punch. Okay, fan through the back, turn, you go forward, invert the hand, and then you parry and punch. Now when I form the fist and step up, I punch with the right, infinity sign with the left, I punch again, and then I bring my hand down, open, and then push forward. Now my hands would go down, and I would turn toward the camera to do carry tiger to the mountain, and you would be facing diagonally like that. Now this would be a mirror image again. Probably difficult to track, so let's do it as if I get to this corner. So I made that turn from here. Okay, I bring the hands down, and you look toward the mirror. I'm turning, and then I go forward and back. Then I step up, and I'm going to cross with the left hand to the outside. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. I do the toe heel pivot. Now I'm going to do the left side grasp the sparrow's tail, which we did earlier. Hook your wrists. Okay, then we would turn and be on the left side, single whip, and the reverse happens. We hold the ball, and we flip it over, adjust the feet for a diagonal flying. Okay, so that takes us more into the form that is beyond the front side. So we're going to map that all out, put it together as the total sequence, and you're going to try to follow that if you can. Now there's some mapping of foot. So the front side is how we start. Then we turn this way, grasp the sparrow's tail, right side will happen there. You'll see the barn door in front of us. Then we're going to turn back to the front and then pan across to this side. This time we have a mirror in the front, so maybe that's helpful. Okay. Then all the brush knee, the repulse the monkey will be tracking this way, and then we'll end up facing the back. Okay, ready? Feet parallel. Preparation, step up, forward, sit back, flip, stroke down, right side out, right side grasps the sparrow's tail. Sit back and push forward. Hook your wrists, go to the corner, open the form. Okay, hold the ball, shift, diagonal flying. Shift, step up, find your center, go forward, pass through your center to find the shoulder width stance, bend from the waist, rotate around, stork flaps wings. Now we're going to turn. Okay, now we have the brush knee series. There's 4 of these movements. And then we go, that was 2 of the right on the right side. Now we're going to the left. This is the 3rd one of the 4 brush knees. We're going to go back to the right side. So you notice each one of these is just one posture and one unit. Now we're going to turn 45 degrees and back to center, lean forward, go through center to parallel stance, close the door. Hands are on the center line. So we have a mirror there. If we can kind of see where the hands are from that view, that would give you an idea that the hands are actually tracking and moving toward the center line as a direction of movement. Now we're going to turn fist under elbow. Now we sit back. Okay, neutral position. Now you're looking from the back side. I'm going to be stepping toward the camera going backwards. So actually we have 4 or 5 cameras working simultaneously, so you can capture and pick up the directions of movement as if you're in the room with me. And this is Repulse the monkey. Okay, now we go to neutral right side. One of the few times we go to the right side, we hold the ball, we twist step up, we go forward and turn diagonal flying. Sit back, bring the toe in so you balance, insert the needle, and we go forward to fan through the back. Okay, now turn, stroke down, parry and punch. So you had that view actually when we were learning that motion. Divert, block and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tie. So that's a repeat from the other side. Now the hands go down, carry tiger to the mountain. Now you're going to have to watch this from the back view from the camera using the reflection of the mirror, because there's a movement that we cross the arms and raise the left hand. Then from the waist, and we're going to go counterclockwise up to stork flaps wings. Now the toe heel pivot takes me in this direction, so now you can follow from behind again. Oops. So when we're here, it's left side grasp the sparrow's tail, so we've done this. Now I hook the wrist, I pivot toward the camera again. This is mirror image, so follow this like this. Now if you take it from the back side, you see it's my left hook hand. Now I'm going to flip the hands over, and I'm in a diagonal flying position again. Turn, stroke down, bring the back hand over the top, part the horse's mane. I step up, go to neutral, hands down, bring the hand over the top, set up your torso and body so that you can separate the hands, diagonal flying, or part the horse's mane, cross over. We did this earlier as a drill, so we go to the left, and we're going to cross over to the right. So we've done this several times earlier. Jade Lady work shuttle. Now when we drop the elbow and hook the wrist, we're going to turn back to the front. And we'll go back into the single whip position. Bring this hand down, scoop down with the left arm, drop the right hand as the other hand gets to the upper position. So there's the beginning of cloud hands with the footwork. Hook your wrists, open, hold the ball, reverse the ball, separate the hands, hands go out to the side, step backwards, square the feet, and close. Okay, good. So that's the complete form. It's the Tai Chi Paradigm short form or the Tai Chi Paradigm form. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So, there's a lot of concepts and principles that drive these movements. They're not just random movements in space and, without any accuracy of position. So, muscle memory, the triangle, the circle, and the square. These are like the basic fundamental geometric shapes. So that's the triangle. You have angular positions, the hoop, and we have 3 hoops: lower hoop, middle hoop, upper hoop, and everything in between is probably something that you pass through, but it's basically low, shoulder height, and high. And then the square positions are arms where they're parallel to your body. When you push with a double hand, that's actually square. Okay. When we go to stork flaps wings, we have 2 upper curves, the upper round, upper hoop, Okay, looks different. This looks more like a hoop, but essentially the shape of your limb, upper body, would be that hoop. And then when we go to, say, brush knee and push, this is your lower hoop. Okay, when we go to brush knee as a horizontal level, you have the upper hoop. So in brush knee, we have two hoops. We have the horizontal one, and then we have the lower one. Okay, so the lower one wraps the body, so this one wraps your body this way. So your body, because we're standing, in space, your body, when it comes to circular right-left movements, as if you have sections of a cylinder. So you're like standing in a cylinder and you're kind of moving around the perimeter of that or perimeter of that. So that's really your space. So three-dimensional movement, actually, there is some volume to the movements, and that's kind of developed in the spatialness of your movement. So while you have the right and left here, and especially in a brush knee, you have the forward and the back, and the forward movements and the forward back movements are in the legs. So there's where you generate directional change and movement from the legs going forward and back, slight shifts to the left and right, arms going left and right, depending on where the circularity of that motion is. Say we're in hold the ball position, well, that's the horizontal shoulder arc, and then you have the lower arc here. When you reverse, that's reversing the ball. So that's something that's a characteristic in practically all of the Tai Chi. They have this hold the ball position. So when we're finishing up this, we're going to move on to the 108 movement form, because that's an extension of this class. Moving on to that, we were just talking about the ball. How important is this ball? It's important to keep the roundness of this motion and also keep that circle as a realm of your space and your reference point. So just for the people that have been doing it a while, there's your 45, here's your elbow down position. Okay. So where the elbow is, okay, it's in front of the body, not behind you. So that's important. Single whip, that's the same. So, when you're drawing lines in space, we're here. Now, this elbow is probably about a fist distance away from the body, or a fist and a thumb's distance. When you're that far away, there's an arc that sort of wraps around you. That's part of that cylinder. Depending, you have a big one, you have a medium one, and then you have a smaller one. So your body is actually building these spatial distancing that becomes something you become more aware of. That's actually something that happens from perception. You perceive your movements to be a certain way, but your perception is very limited in the beginning because you don't have the depth of knowledge. So as you start to expand your sort of the horizon of your knowledge, you start to build more understanding as far as depth and perception and where your movements will be going. So that's building that three-dimensional motion. Sometimes I use the term multi-dimensional because it is multi-dimensional in the sense that while the legs are doing one thing, the arms are doing another thing, the torso is doing another thing, all of those things blended together becomes multi-dimensional movements that really support the three-dimensional total movement. So that's really what happens. And that's why for people that are trying to build spatial awareness or, understanding where your body is through proprioception, that idea is, systematically developed as we begin to learn more about our body and space. And, you build this relationship of the mind-body and all of the heightened experiences that you gain from working your sensory systems. Your sensory system is something that we don't pay attention to, but it's working all the time, trying to figure out where your body is going, tracking the speed of your movement, the size of the movement. All of this is all measured, and it's all happening here. But it only happens because your level of understanding becomes deeper. So that depth of understanding the space really becomes body intelligence, right? So your body becomes more and more intelligent and astute and sensitive to everything that's happening and everything that you're learning. So what is this, this intelligence you're building? Well, that's the muscle memory. It's understanding, understanding what the body should be doing based on what you take in visually, what you take in as experience of the feeling of that position, and what it feels like to find the geometry of those positions. So it is a long journey, but it starts with the first step. So as we move forward, we have to understand that. So that's kind of some of the ideas and principles and theories that we have, in our learning curve. Okay, so let's start off. Let's run through the long form first, okay? So we can go through it together. We don't have to rush, just take our time. As you know, if you learn this form from the paradigm, you would actually realize you know a lot of the movements already. Sequentially up into the leopard and tiger springs to mountain is the same. So those were the oblique movements, and brings us back to fist on the elbow. Actually, that side step isn't in the form. I just wanted to reset toward the camera just in case you thought that was an added move. And we step up here for grasp the sparrow's tail. It's called a planting punch. To parry and punch, and then beat the tiger. We'll parry and punch, and we step up. Then it resumes and it continues. This is essentially repeating some of the beginning movements. Carry tiger to the mountain again. Then we do another set of obliques. Single whip. But in this case, we actually turn back to the front because we have this added move. Some people actually do the oblique again into that corner before we go to pot the horse's mane. Four corners. This is really Jade Lady work. Shuttle done 4 times, going into the 4 corners. And we have a pot the horse's mane in this corner until we cross over and do the other 2 sides. back to the corner where we have a grasp the sparrow's tail. So all the grasp the sparrow's tail actually happen in this corner or this side, and we get back to single whip. Then we do the second set of cloud hands. Then we have the first downward posture. The snake sticks out tongue. We have the downward posture, pull down, step up. We have the golden cockerel, stands on one leg, thrust, kick, and the golden cockerel. We reverse, go backwards, repulse the monkey for the second set. And then carry tiger to the mountain. Open the stance. Hold the ball. And step up and repeat again. Press forward, raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Toe heel pivot. Brush knee one time. Sit back, insert the needle. Fan to the back. Turn. Parry and punch. This time we step forward to punch. Divert, block, and punch. Step up again, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists, single whip. Hold the ball, third set of cloud hands. Back to single whip. Now we do a transition that takes us into the last section of the form. This is palm strikes face, single lotus kick, left side, brush knee set up. Next, punch down the crotch. Next, step up, grasp the sparrow's tail again. And single whip. Okay. Second downward posture. Snake sticks out tongue. Invert the hand, pull down. 7 star. Back. Ride the tiger. Palm strikes face. Change your hands. This is going over here, double lotus. Draw bow to shoot tiger. Palm strikes face. And return. Parry and punch. Palm strikes face. High pat the horse. Continue forward, passing to neutral to grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists and closing. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Okay, good. So, Tai Chi is a form of active meditation, and, meditation is clearing your thoughts and being in the moment. But then when you have something like a form, something like a sequential set of postures linked together that takes 15 minutes to do, how do you, consider that as an active meditation? Because when you do the form long enough, it gets programmed into your system. Your brain builds a file of these movements, and your body's wired like this as if it was a big set of habits that you've learned over time. So when we go through these sequences, how do I go through this form, go from the paradigm form to the long form to any of the different other forms that I may be teaching without actually pausing and thinking about what's going to happen next? It happens as part of this training because these things that we speak of on a sequential memory or a muscle memory type of concept is actually happening by programming our body with this amazing process that happens up in here. So while I'm going through the form sequentially, I'm not actually thinking about it anymore, other than the fact that I'm going through it, because how would I be able to go through the form, talk about it, know where I am, while I'm thinking on a conscious level that this is what's happening. I have an audience that's following. I have to address that. So the multitasking that you have to do to go through this type of a format is actually pretty complicated and pretty complex. I wouldn't be able to teach this class if I had to think through the form as if I was learning it. So, that's something that you probably wouldn't realize as a new student, but this actually all happens. So the longer you do something, like riding a bike, it just gets programmed in your system and you can do it. The skill level of doing it really evolves as you progress by practicing, and it degenerates as you stop, if you were to stop doing it. It's like, when you rode a bike when you were a child and you actually were pretty active and pretty agile on the bike. If you stopped for 30 years, you'd get it back on the bike, but you wouldn't be as proficient because your confidence is not there, and all of the things as far as the nuances of what you needed to do, even riding with one hand and no hand, it's really something that you've achieved over time. Now, doing Tai Chi or any of the exercise that we do, that evolution happens because your body starts to pick up and discover and learn through this process, and you actually will become much more astute. Your body does build intelligence, and in fact, when they say exercise exercises the brain, that's what actually is happening. So you actually will get smarter all around. Your analytical skills, your evaluation of what you're doing in the form, all becomes a deeper understanding. So that's what actually is happening over time. So people that do this and have gravitated to doing it as an exercise, you can see the tremendous benefit that you would get over time. So that's what people that are learning the 108 movement. How we evolve is really based on the level of understanding. So if your understanding plateaus and you can't get beyond that plateau, sometimes I call those thresholds, when you get to that plateau, what actually has to change is your timing, your integration of body, and the refinement of your geometry and position. So when we go into a position like strum the lute, how do you know that that's there? Well, if I go like this, if I go like this, if I go like this, wherever it goes, it's there. So it becomes, innate, but at the same time, it doesn't take a whole lot of thought to get that position. Meanwhile, when you're learning it, you're finding the center line, you get some tension in your shoulder, the elbows don't sink. So one of the key principles as you progress is sink the elbow and relax the shoulder. Now that happens throughout everything thing that you're doing, because if you don't sink your elbow and relax the shoulder, there's no way you can sink your knee and relax your legs, because they're supposed to be working together as a synchronization. So every time you get into a position, you should feel a relationship between what this feels like and what the legs are doing. Now, when your legs settle into your position, and why do we go through this and hold these positions, is because your body adjusts and it knows how much strength to use. So one of the concepts in Tai Chi is to use your will and not strength, right? Using your will and not strength. What does that mean? Using your will. That's mind, intent, consciousness of your movement, mindfulness of all that's happening. So while we go into a position and you're clearing your thoughts and you're being mindful of it, what has to happen is that your body has to recognize that and gets rid of the erroneous tension, the erroneous strength, the excessiveness in your movement. Because if we're not to use strength, then there must be some excessiveness. So you have to get rid of that excessiveness through body intelligence and understanding. Okay. When you get into that position, it gets rid of the erroneous strength and erroneous motions. What do you think is happening? Your movements become more natural, it becomes more efficient, and it becomes more precise and accurate. So that comes over time. And if you settle into position, and then we turn into the horizontal position to create the press, if we just did the beginning style and we shift from here to grasp spouse to here, or from here to here to here, you have to begin to integrate it. So when we set up our movement in the beginning and we start to turn, that stuff blends and you get into this side without even knowing that you already made a transition. So when you start off, say in preparation, your body makes these minute adjustments in the body to create movements that are compatible with space, right? So that's grasp spouse on the left side. But if we went from here into the transition to get to the right side, we have to go forward, back, turn. So all of the things that we're doing in the stage of learning and breaking it down becomes this. And then we go to the corner. We don't have to stop, actually. We just create the action and complete the action until we get to the next position. So your body builds that specific time. Okay, so that's it. I think time's out, time's off. So we're going to resume in about 15 minutes with the next class. All right, see you next time. Next live stream is Tuesday morning, 9:30. If you like this, follow us on either Facebook or YouTube. Give us a thumbs up, and see you next time.